We are
Nathan.
miles in transit. We are at Otis and Summer Streets. We're not waiting for the 554, 556, 558, but we are waiting for the 7.
Which we are taking to probably the most obscure ferry in Boston.
It leaves from EDIC Pier, which I don't even know what that stands for.
No idea. And it goes to a place called
Kathleen Stone. Kathleen.
Okay, Kathleen Stone
Miles,
Island.
come on.
She donated $20 million. It used to be called Thompson.
We'll see if it shows up because
Yeah.
the website shows that tickets are not available even though this is the opening day of the season. So we'll see what happens. This is very in character for this ferry. I've been burned by this ferry before, so we'll see what happens.
All right, here comes our 7. So right now we're in like the populated part of the seaport where people actually live, and there is actually a pier out there that would be like a little weird to stop at, but somewhat reasonable. There are other boats that stop there.
Pappas Way.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, you've got all the development over there, but then like
Here it's just
WB Mason's What a Bargain. I guess
this new building. This was not here.
there's some FOD, ferry-oriented development.
To a twice-a-week ferry that comes from here.
Oh right, we haven't explained the schedule.
Back in the day, this used to always be just twice a day on Saturdays, and that was it.
Which was even more bizarre.
Now it's once a day on Saturday, once a day on Sundays. They can say they run 2 days a week. The whole thing just doesn't seem to really be geared for people to use it.
Right.
My theory, I don't know if it's true, is that they need to provide public access in order for Outward Bound to essentially have the run of that island.
Also, like seemingly every other like smaller ferry company, you have to buy your tickets through Eventbrite. They never use like real websites. It has to be like
made for
Fair Harbor.
transit tickets. This is all new. I've never seen any of this.
This used to be parking lot back in the good old days.
Where do they put the parking? Now they got the Homewood, Hampton, whatever.
Well, it's another
Tear it
hotel.
down. That's what.
Wait, how can you be both a Hampton and a Homewood?
Has an identity crisis. It's also completely unmarked, the boarding area.
It's
I've just done this before, so I remember
Oh wait,
how to get there.
Kathleen Stone Island Outward Bound School. They have an awning. There's actually a good amount of people.
It might show up.
Okay, well that is bad because we don't have tickets for it.
Should we ask them whether we'll see.
All right, so here's the actual like boarding area.
There's a lot of people. We've made visual contact with the boat, so the
Yeah.
option that it just plain old doesn't show up doesn't appear to be happening. Whether they let us on is another story because tickets were not available. There appear to be a bunch of construction workers here going to the island.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're not going to charge them, so we'll see if they check our tickets.
Yeah, if
or not.
wood to knock on. I'm gonna go splinter. Look how tiny this boat is compared to the...
Ever fit.
This might be a good thumbnail shot, honestly. What's the name of it? I can't tell.
Outward Bound.
Oh.
Very creative.
It still
Oh,
says...
we got inbound passengers. That's definitely from an excursion.
Anybody here for public access? One seat, yep, one seat. Disembark. You guys are welcome to come down, okay?
Of course they're not.
So this is the public access crew, and then I guess there's like the construction workers are like separate.
And then I think there might also be an Outward Bound excursion that's supposed to ride this also. People have their tickets out, but I don't know how serious we're being about that. I think, is this what happened last time? They just didn't.
Yeah, like when we rode it when it was in the cash era, and they just didn't check.
Even charge.
There's some bench seating in the...
There's still not enough seats. Like there's
No.
just side benches and there's this big open stern. Okay.
All right, well, we got to go to the upper deck,
Gotta go to
right?
the upper deck. Very important for your viewers to know we are in a U.S. Coast Guard inspected small passenger vessel.
That's good to know.
Only 22 people allowed on the upper deck.
I would say this bench is non-hostile. It's very wide despite having some odd protrusions.
For 22 people, I don't think it's enough seating.
No, that is true.
We made it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if any wrenches get thrown, but I feel like at the very
feel
least
like
we'll make it to the island. I mean, like we're not trying to dodge the fare. They just
No, they are unable to charge us.
Yeah.
You left a voicemail.
I did. I left a voicemail. I wrote them an email.
We would love to give them $10 and they just don't want $10. Definitely buy a ticket if you ride this because it's good to support the National Park Service.
Yeah, exactly. This program.
But we made every effort to pay and they just would not take our money. We have Survivatech Zodiac commercial life rafts available on the vessel.
Good.
if the vessel were to sink,
yeah,
these would actually, those straps would break and the life raft would shoot up and automatically inflate in the water. That's what those are designed to do.
So we actually have the best access. We can just
we have the best access to the life raft.
You really know a lot about boats.
It's my passion, Miles. One of many.
Why has no one joined us up here?
They're
this is the place to be.
Onto the stern.
This is the upper deck. Why?
Every ferry's upper deck is the place to be.
I know. All right, we're leaving at 9:01.
1 minute late for the inaugural trip of the season.
I like how Nicole has a little baby boat, which then also has a little baby boat. That's a very small cruise ship.
Yeah.
That's the Boston Cruise Terminal. Or excuse me, Flynn Cruiseport Boston at Black Falcon Terminal.
Are we letting it rip now?
That's what I was wondering. Okay, this is... I mean, this is a pretty amazing boat. I'm glad there are other...
To us, Miles.
Who? I can't even see... Who, where? Oh, that's so cool. Oh.
Oh, now we're letting it rip.
Oh, and we got the... There's something for the plane foamers.
So
wow.
There's the Salacia, which purportedly goes from here to Provincetown in 90 minutes. I'd say it's more like 100 minutes. They like the sound of 90 minutes. It's not really 90 minutes. Oh, we got Air Canada coming in, is it?
Yeah.
What airline is that?
What?
Bermuda?
Oh, Bermudair.
Bermudair.
Oh, that's so cool.
I feel like the people deserve a vessel tour rather than us just standing on the top deck while we let her rip.
All right, let's do a vessel tour. We have stairs.
We have seating on the bow, but it's closed.
Oh, well, this is open, so I guess we can go and see. We're very close to the water. There is like a little bench up there.
I'm sure they performed their stability calculations for the harbor, but there doesn't appear to be a lot of freeboard, the technical term.
It's not a very impressive wake shot.
The discharge of all garbage is prohibited in the navigable water. There's a whole part of jurisprudence as to what waters are navigable and what aren't. So that's a legal question that this law provides us answers for. All right, should we do it inside?
Yeah, we can do it inside. We have brochures, but they look like they're meant to be like kept on the boat.
And we have a lower level that's closed.
Yep.
We appear to have a head down there.
We can't use that.
We have more seating in the bow.
Oh wow.
So we really have a lot of the seating on this vessel is not being made available.
Hence why everyone's crowded in this one room. I gotta get a zoom in on the builder's plate. The Duclos Corp. When was it launched? Can you tell? 19 something?
1995.
Okay. There's also a map of Thompson. It says
Island.
Thompson, but...
Kathleen Stone Island. There's the remnants of the Long Island Bridge, which used to carry cars and buses from Long Island to Moon Island.
This is the Boston Long Island, not the New York one.
Here we are, Kathleen Stone Island.
All right.
Coming into view.
Supposedly we're going to receive an orientation when we get here.
I find that to be quite unlikely from how this trip has proceeded so far.
Passengers off first. Do me a favor,
Public
go
access.
to the top of the ramp and just wait up there for me. I'll be up there to give you a quick briefing.
Oh. All right.
A brief and quick briefing.
Wait, did he tell us to wait on this, or?
Wait at the top of the ramp.
All right.
You're free to go anywhere on the island that you want. Just don't go inside the buildings, please. Okay? There's one building that has a restroom. That one you're free to go into. I'm going to show you where that is right now if you'll just follow me.
I really wonder if this is some obligation they have with the Park Service, because that's how they seem to run it. They're not trying to drive up market share in this island.
I do have to say, I mean, it's a good crowd. I'm pretty surprised. We have the Miles Operations Center, named after Thomas H. Miles.
Have fun. And again, restrooms are right in that building. Just follow the signs. Can't miss it.
Okay, are we gonna let it rip on our
We're
own?
free to go.
Oh, I think
Explore wherever you want. Oh, okay.
Oh, this is so nice. Miles, you have to try this.
Okay.
This is such a good hammock. It's because it doesn't have that mesh that you feel like you're falling through it. It's very substantial. Oh my gosh, this is so nice. What do you think of the hammock, Miles? I'd say it's a 10 out of 10 hammock.
Oh, wow.
Isn't it a great hammock?
I mean, I haven't actually been on many hammocks. What I'm also impressed by is that it's thick.
It's very substantial.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel like you're gonna fall through it.
Wow. I actually, this is, if we're tired of the island, one of us can come
and sleep.
And the other person just lays in the grass, which is probably
less pleasant.
You stupid idiot. I can't believe you would lie on this hammock with absolutely no protection from the elements. I would never do something like that unless I had a
Manta Sleep Mask, the sponsor of today's video.
That's right. I never travel anywhere without this little bad boy here, this Manta Sleep Mask. You know, this thing, if I'm on a crowded train or bus or plane, it just really blocks out all the light and makes it so dark that I can't see anything. And it just makes it so much easier to sleep. So if you want to get one for yourself, head online, go to mantasleep.com and use the promo code POORBID for 10% off your order. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some commenting to do.
You stupid idiot! Literally everything in this video is completely wrong.
History! It's got bird watching.
You got your roots down.
This is actual history. You know what? This is a high quality sign. This feels very new.
4,000 bushels of food were kept cool and dry and protected.
Wow.
I don't think they would be cool, dry, or protected anymore.
We made it to the challenge field. We could go on a corporate retreat here.
You could have trust falls, Miles.
So we made it to this spit. This actually connects Catherine Stone Island to the mainland. That's Swanton and Quincy. And there's a T bus route that goes over there. So you could theoretically get the island this way, but you have to wait for low tide when this actually becomes walkable. Here's the end of the world. But
the end of the world is slowly going that way.
Yeah. So check back in like 6 hours and walk across. We're not here for 6 hours.
Miles in transit, I have a very special message from somebody, a voice message that I will play for you now.
Okay.
Very important.
Who cares about the ferries? Like really, what is so special about a goddamn ferry?
Oh, they're nice.
Oh, grab the water! Oh, the bus goes on land, a train goes on rails! Off with your stupid ferries, they're boats. Call them what it is, boats. But who cares about them? I don't feel like being sunk in a boat like the goddamn people on the Titanic.
Really broke up about that.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining.
I don't know. Take a helicopter. Swim. Go ahead. Swim. You know. From Black Falcon Pier over to Hey, there's no sharks in the water, okay? Yes. Swim. Like.
Do you have a response?
Thanks for your input. Look at that, Korean Air. There's some good plane spotting opportunities on this island.
Korean Air 777.
There goes the 211 bus. So if you could get across that spit, that's how you'd get back to the real world.
If you call Quincy the real world.
All right, so what time is it? We've been like occupying ourselves at the beach.
It's 11:25, we only have an hour.
We've been watching some Dave Hurwitz. We're just walking along the beach and there's a lot of like intriguing litter. There's like lots of bottles and glassware. We're getting attacked by bugs also.
Yeah, it's quite buggy.
And I think if you come here, you should bring a snack.
Yeah, it's quite a long time.
Yeah, and there's no food, but there might be food, but it would be in a building, so.
That we're not allowed to go into.
Okay, so we've come across Adi's potty pad. Obviously we're not gonna go in, but we can maybe peek in.
Can't go in. Wow.
All right, is this a water fountain review? Is this a water fountain? It doesn't even spin. Do you wanna try it? Oh, there's a button.
Okay, Miles, you have to do that.
I don't know why I was thinking of spin. Is this, do we know this is potable?
Yeah, it's a drinking fountain, Miles.
It's got kind of an odd taste, but it is cold. I just really like this view of the skyline coming up
Very
behind
nice
the
view.
plants.
Now it's time for a bathroom review.
Woo. All are welcome here, but not in the other buildings. We told us specifically to stay out.
Ooh, it smells like boys' room. It is like a youth thing, I guess. So here's the bathroom, but funnily enough, there's also a separate room for the men.
Those are showers.
Oh, it's just another. Oh, there's a shower in here, yeah. This is a cool shot. I still like the other one for a thumbnail, but this is neat. This island has some impressive topography. We're pretty far up.
We're pretty far above sea level. We were definitely at sea level earlier.
All right, we've come to this magnificent clearing but unfortunately it's 12:13. We probably actually should have explored more of the islands.
We thought we had a lot of time.
Actually,
we spent like over an hour just sitting on that other beach.
I would say that, yeah, of the 3 hours, definitely like half an hour can be spent on the beach watching Dave Hurwitz. We may spend a little too much time doing it, but that's okay. All right, back on the outward bound. Much less busy this time compared to the way here.
Everybody's inside though. I think those builders took up a lot of space here.
That's true, it felt busier because of that. We are leaving Stone Island at 12:30 on the dot. Oh, instant let it rip after turning around. It's just a very boring riplet on this particular vessel. It's a good Fulmer shot. We can see this boat is, or sorry, we can see this ship is loading. We've got the action, the shipping action.
There's no crew on deck to wave to us.
I know, disappointing.
Go collect eggs and something.
All right. Land ho. I think Thompson Island is a pretty cool place if you're like in the Boston area, you live here and you're looking for something to do. I wouldn't really recommend it for like a tourist who can probably see much more interesting things, but it's a cool little recreational spot that's pretty obscure and quiet. Like you can kind of find a place and have a view of the skyline, but you're not actually, there's no one around you, and yet you have this amazing view of the skyline. That's true. Nathan promised a boat shot, so now you have to see a boat shot. Are you satisfied?
Keep it there for a really long time.
All right, you're seeing nothing but a boat. Just the boat and nothing else. You would become one with the boat. You are now a boat. That's right. I never travel anywhere without you gotta follow me.